In September 2021, we had the pleasure of spending 3 glorious nights and 4 days in beautiful Istanbul on our way to Greece. We stayed in the Galata area, and it was ideal to stay there because we were able to walk to everything that we wanted to see. We stayed in this really cool 4-star 100-year-old hotel, and it was beautiful. It had such a great story to tell. I have to say that the check-in was pretty cool because they took us to the rooftop to check us in, and it had these amazing sweeping views of the city and all of the Bosphorus. And we just opted to stay up there after the check-in and have drinks and dinner. For 9 a.m. the next day, we had booked a private walking tour of the city, and our guide was amazing. He picked us up at the hotel in the lobby, and we started right away by foot.
Allah is great and Muhammad is messenger. Sultans used to go to war for the religion, Islam. So their aim to extend the territories.
As I've suggested before, we hit all the top spots on day 1. It's just something I like to do because if you run out of time, you at least can make them up. But if you put them on day 2 and 3, things happen and you never get around to seeing them. So we hit all the top things on day 1. I really recommend this, especially if you have a short time in town, because we were with him from 9 a.m. until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and not one moment was dull. We enjoyed every second of it. We had lunch, we saw everything we wanted to, and he was just really personable. I really recommend small group tours. One of the biggest things I wanted to see, or at least experience, was the call of prayer, and we caught it. By 4 o'clock, he had us back to our hotel, and so we were able to relax a little bit and head out for dinner. As we strolled to dinner, we walked into this bad boy, and it was beautiful at night, so we of course needed to go back and see it during the day, but what a great way to see it for the first time. Now I have to admit, day 3 did not start off really good. My boyfriend woke up with an eye infection, and it didn't seem like it was going to go away on its own, and we didn't want it to get worse because we were just in the very beginning of our trip. So we spent our morning in an ER in Istanbul. But I have to say that it was the best experience I ever had. He waited maybe 5 minutes and went in with the doctor. The whole visit was maybe an hour, and that was getting there, seeing the doctor, getting checked in, and going to get the prescription. The whole visit was about $50, so we didn't even bother with health insurance because it was just easier to just pay it while we were there. But a few hours later, he was feeling much better, and we headed out again. So later that day, we took the ferry over to the Asian side of Istanbul. The ferry took us from our port in Old Town all the way over to Kadikoy. One thing I will say is that buying tickets for the ferry was not easy. I did make a full video about tips for Istanbul because, Lord, we wish we had heard about these. No one talked about any of these things, and they would have saved us a lot of time and possibly some money if we knew about them. Later that night was the best night ever. Now, we had a great time, don't get me wrong, but we both like eating, and we booked a food tour, and that was amazing. The food was delicious. I would really recommend this tour. In the evening, the city had like a different glow to it. Like beyond the lights, it was music playing and voices and chit chat and laughter, and it just added something to every single step. And now we're down to day 4, and day 4 was our travel day. And it was a really good travel day. We don't like to wake up super early when we're getting on a flight. We like it to be a very chill day where we kind of get out of bed on our own, maybe get some breakfast, pack up, and then head out. Then we went to Athens. So